G'day guys, welcome back to a lovely episode of 3 Bulls in a Bar, -1, that's 2 bulls, that's quick maths. We're missing one, we're missing a bull.
We are missing a big bull.
We're missing one of the biggest bulls. He's
Pretty big bull.
I think he's stuck in a paddock somewhere, or he hasn't woken up, but he's not here, so me and little man are going to be taking over today.
Correct.
And you're very excited to
very
step
excited
up.
to be centre stage for
stepping
once.
up.
You know, stepping out of the shadows. So yeah, first things first. I'll introduce the first topic.
Yeah, get into it.
First things first. Obviously, Hunslet this week.
Yep.
How are you feeling personally, and how do you think? How is it in camp?
It's good. We've been waiting, haven't we? We thought we were going to play them last week, but it didn't happen. The game got postponed, obviously. Everyone was, keen for that one. I'm sure the fans are all keen to get down there and watch that game because it was a Challenge Cup game, but it's obviously been moved now, and, it's easy for us because we've been focusing on that team to play, and now we're playing them again, so nothing really changes, does it?
Yeah, frustrating as well, though, isn't it? Because I suppose it crept up weather.
Yeah.
When it really crept up, it wasn't a big thing, was it?
No.
And then all of a sudden, snow just
We
came
missed
down.
training.
Yeah,
missed training
missed
again.
Saturday morning training, and then before you know it, it was off, wasn't it? So
A few of the boys had to travel up. I know
Dalton.
Dalton was about... Dalton jumped in his car and he was about 3 hours up from London. He was about an hour to get here until he was here, and he gave me a call. He goes, mate, game's postponed, so I had to give him the key to my house, and he stayed at mine for the weekend, so he was stuck up here as well, but I guess that's how it is.
It's part of the job, isn't it? Part of the job.
That's it.
So yeah, I was reserves obviously tonight as well. So when this goes out, it'll have been when will it?
They would have been played, yeah. So
Played.
this will come out the day after the game, so mate, it'd be good to see a few of the boys that deserve to be playing in our first team that have been dropped back. It's just we've got so much depth in our team. It's hard, but John's had to make some tough calls, and I know that V's been playing really well for us, but he's going to have to go back now and play against a tough Wigan reserve grade team.
100%. I don't think it's going to be dissimilar. The Wigan, because Wigan, they've got a lot of strength in depth as well themselves. So we just touching on V. I think V's been outstanding for us. And I think obviously it's tough for John because there's 3 nines really. Like there's me, George, and V, and it could be a rotation thing with those 3. And unfortunately, it's V who misses out this week. But for me, he can't. It's not down to performances why he's missing out. I think he's been outstanding for us so far this year. So,
yeah,
but like you say, keeping him playing is a big thing in it because you don't want to have 3 weeks off and then all of a sudden you're thrown in and you're rusty. And I think reserve comp's what the sport's crying out for.
It's what every club needs, really. Every club needs it. And as you said, like we've got a few games come up now actually where we're going to be having about 4 games in a period of 2 weeks. Now that we've missed a few games, we've got a few to catch up. So I'm sure a few players are going to be getting chucked in there where others are getting rested. So
100%. Well, as reserves, I've been bolstered this week by 3 new signings, 3 trialists, isn't there?
Yeah.
Danny King, Harvey Bennett, and Jordan Andrade.
That's it.
Who, in my opinion, well deserved.
Those 3 signings were off the back of that reserve grade comp.
Yeah.
So they performed in their first reserve game, and Jordan played really well. A few decent offloads. Kingy ran good lines. Big, tall, rangy back rower.
Flat pack back rower.
That's it. And Harvey, when you seen him in space, he had real good feet and he had some speed on the back of it. And I think he set up 2 tries. So credit to those boys. It's good to be getting a bit more depth in the pack.
All 3 good blokes as well, aren't they?
Yeah, very good blokes.
Jordan Andrade.
Great additions.
Jordan Andrade can carry a kick-off. I'd say, honestly, it's like a train coming off that back line.
I know. And he's loud too. You can hear it.
He's very loud. You'll hear him before you see him. Wow, he's loud.
This week, we've also brought in dice rolls that we've been talking about a while, but we've finally got some punishments in, some dice rolls. We had our first ones the other night. In fact, I think Peltz might be due for one for missing this.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Now it's on the show. We have to make him roll.
It's got to be. You can't miss your job, can you?
Exactly.
And expect to get away with it.
100%. But the other night was a funny one, wasn't it? We had, I think, was it you got called out first?
I got called out
You would have seen it on my Instagram story. So you got called out first.
I got called out first, and then by Lee Smith.
By Smithy.
And then Ross got called out by
Smithy.
So if you roll a 6, you can choose someone else to roll again. So I've gone up, rolled a 6. Smithy's had to come in, roll, and whatever his punishment was, and then Peltz has come in, who Smithy's also thrown under the bus and rolled a 6 as well, so Smithy had to roll twice in end.
So good. We'll try and put it on this video. We'll try and add it to this video at the end, and you can watch it. It's pretty funny. As we touched on before, two games in over the 4 days in the Easter period, and also 4 games in 2 weeks, really. Yeah. Mate, what do you think John's going to be doing with that? Do you think he's going to stick to our best 17 or resting players?
Yeah, a lot of I reckon a bit of rotation. I think whoever's eating the least Easter eggs over the 4 days, which is easy for you because you don't like dairy, do you?
Yeah, anaphylactic to dairy, no Easter eggs for me.
Enjoy his Easter.
And I'm trying to get game time, so hopefully I can play.
I reckon it'll be sweet. Obviously, though, like you say, with the rotation and the three hookers, me, George Rivers, Brandon Pickers is
definitely
on yours and Keys' heel because I think he's been outstanding for us again this 100%. Year. So I think as well as we're having strength in depth, we've got a lot of class in depth as well. Yeah, it's not like he sees it a chop and change and
you're confident on whoever you put in there is going to do the job.
100%. But yeah.
Also, a fan question. It's a bit of a weird one. Did you look up to Rob Burrow at Leeds? Because I know when you look at him, it's very similar. But you know, did you look up to him as a player?
I'm slightly taller than Rob. Obviously, a great like that, you're gonna look up to, aren't you? And,
yeah, definitely.
When I were at Leeds, Rob certainly taught me a lot of how to play hooker and sort of how to see gaps and what to look at and stuff like that. And also, he's a cracking bloke off the field as well. So I've got a lot of time for Rob, and I hope Rob has a lot of time for me as well. So I've learnt a lot from him, and I can't speak highly enough of him. He taught me at scholarship as well. He coached me at scholarship when I was 15. So
your first try resembled a bit of him out of hooker. Once he got jumped in hooker, bit of feet, bit of speed.
It's slow-mo though. Okay, that's a good one. Would me or thee consider a coaching role?
I don't know about that. It's a bit tough. I think you got to be a certain type of person to coach. I'd love to help develop players. Like I love getting around with younger boys and like giving them little tips and like me and you go down the field every now and then. I like trying to refine people like kids' games and help them grow as players with their skill sets and stuff. But I think there's a lot more behind the scenes stuff of being a coach that's a bit not really me. Like there's a lot of the nitty gritty sort of, cutting players and stuff like that. It's a bit tough.
Yeah,
but
you've got to rock a few boats, haven't you? I think.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, it's hard for me because I'm really early in my career, so I think it'd be a bit blind if I said, "Oh, I really want to be a coach," like going forward, because obviously times change, don't they? You don't really know the ins and outs, especially at 21, don't really know like the ins and outs of all that side of the game.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a lot of stuff that people don't see. That it's not just picking a team when you're coaching. You know, you've got a lot of work to do.
Definitely, bringing players in and negotiating the right prices and 100%. Trying to keep under the salary cap. There's so much behind it. But
keeping Aussies happy when they're living over here, that's tough.
All right, well, how about at the end of this season, we'll ask you the same question. We'll see how you feel after I've kept you under my wing for a little bit and taught you a few things.
It's a good wing and all. It's a good wing.
I think that's us, guys. So we'll try and add some videos on the back of that and show you Smithy with his dice rolls and
Smithy's life being ruined.
That's it, and we'll have an apology from Peltz not being here.
Yeah, he will apologise.
Is it going to be a written apology or maybe a one-out apology?
Written, spoken, sung, danced,
box of tissues, crying,
all sorts.
100%.
Sad music. You name it, he'll do it.
Yeah,
he's that type of bloke.
We apologise on behalf of the Pelts, but he's normally good. But he'll be back next week. Yeah, but thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good week, and we will see you down at Bradford. We're playing at Odsal, aren't we? At Odsal. We'll be playing at Odsal against Huns. Let's get down there and watch us. Ciao. Thanks, guys.